Hello and welcome everyone to the Rain or Shine Sports Network's Pro Football Weekly. We're on week 6 of the NFL season. After this week, a third of the season is already over.
Feels like
I'm
it
your
just
host,
started.
Tom. Well, yeah, it seems
Feels
like
like
it,
it just
doesn't it?
started.
You waited a long time for it to start.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Tom Satera, joined with my son, Robbie Satera, and broadcasting here from Aberdeen, Washington. They're going to dive right into the games from last weekend. Again, same type of thing. There's lots of surprises. Just one of those things that it's just hard to be able to anticipate. Predictions are not absolutely great.
Mm-mm.
All right, so our first game was Atlanta over Tampa Bay, 36-30. Minnesota beat the Jets 23-17. Chicago big over the Carolina Panthers 36-10. Baltimore held on to beat Cincinnati 41-38. Miami over New England 15-10. Washington over Cleveland 34-13. Jacksonville got their first win against Indianapolis 37-34. Houston beat Buffalo 23-20. Denver over Las Vegas 34-18. Arizona beats San Francisco at San Francisco 24-23. Green Bay 24-19 over the Rams. Seattle sadly loses to the Giants 29-20.
I did have a little bit of a
Yeah,
kind of called it a little bit.
That was pretty sad. Dallas over Pittsburgh 20-17, and Kansas City handled New Orleans 26-13. That brings us to our Rain or Shine power rankings. We pick the bottom 3 teams and the top 3 teams in the NFL every week. The Rain teams are the teams that are the worst. The Shine teams are the best. So, starting with the 30th team in the NFL on the Rain or Shine power rankings, I'll pick first. Number 30 for me, the Cleveland Browns.
Yep. For me, I put a team there that kind of has no business being in there, but they just haven't shown anything really since losing Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. Oh, there's a spoiler. My 30th is the Rams for me.
The Rams, number 30 for you. Number 31, I originally had Miami. I thought Miami lost to New England last week, so I had Miami in that position, but then I seen that, so New England earns that position at number 31.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I changed mine, and New England's there too.
And the number 32 team, they've
we
been
need to
in
talk
this.
about this one?
What's that?
I don't think we need to talk about this. It's just
No, they've been in our top 3 every week so far. The Carolina Panthers are at number 32. The top 3 may change a little bit. You take a look at the top 2 teams, Kansas City and Minnesota. I mean, this might not be in your rankings, but they are undefeated at 5-0. And then no one else even has 1 loss. Everybody else has at least 2 losses from there. So,
Washington
again,
has
once
one
I've
loss.
said before, the parity in the NFL is exactly what they want. So, what do you have counting down from number 3 for your power rankings?
Well, Washington is 4-1.
Are they 4-1?
I believe so. Isn't Houston 4-1 too?
Stat checker. Yep, I got you right. Yeah, I was wrong. I don't know what I was looking. Yep, both those 2 teams are. Strike those things that I said.
So
2 teams have
tough.
4-1 records.
Yeah, it's hard to not put either one of those in here with how they're playing. I have Houston as my 3rd team.
All right. I actually have Baltimore as my number 3 team. I think they're coming on now. They've had some big wins over some pretty good teams lately. So I got Baltimore at number 3. How about number 2 for you?
I'm sure it's probably the same as yours, the next 2. I got Minnesota too.
I got Minnesota at 2, and once more, Kansas City
Kansas
is,
City. Yep.
to me, they're at the top until somebody has knocked them down. Um, nobody can pass them up if they keep winning. So, all
Hmm.
right, those are our power rankings for the week. How about the rain or shine teams of the weekend? So, the rain or shine teams, the rain team is somebody that really underachieved or really disappointed. The shine team is someone who did great that maybe wasn't expected to do that. My rain team, actually, the team that I thought the most, I felt the most left let down from, Seattle Seahawks playing against the New York Giants, lining up for a game tying field goal, having that field goal blocked and run back for a touchdown, and all hopes dashed for a victory. Seattle's earned my rain designation for the week. How about you?
Well, I didn't. I forgot about this to like look up, so I'm just kind of looking through the scores, and there's nothing too crazy surprising to me, um, in terms of that. Uh, Probably the Saints. I would say are pretty like they've been playing well all year, and I don't know if the Chiefs just kind of stopped everything they did. I know Derek Carr had an injury, but I think the Saints will take my rain team of the week this time.
All right. And my shine team was Arizona taking out the San Francisco 49ers. I know McCaffrey hasn't been there, and I know Ayuk hasn't been himself, and they've got a lot of other challenges, but they're a lot better team than that. So they were Arizona beating them was my shine team of the week.
Oh man. So this one might not say much, but the Broncos were my shine team.
Yeah.
I think they, granted it's the Raiders. They're towards the bottom for me, but it's they played very well from what I'm seeing. So I had to give them the shine team. So they're
All
showing
right.
up.
So those are our rain and shine teams from the weekend. So let's take a look at our contest, our prediction contest. Um, in week 5, you'll see the graphic there. Tom has 7-7, overall record of 46-36. Robbie was 8-6, 46-30. So 6 games ahead of me now, going into the 6th week, and I need to start making a move of some sorts fairly quickly. So that is our predictions. We'll get to those in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to go on to the fantasy football numbers from the week. And again, Robbie has those all set up.
Yes,
Top
I
3
do.
at each position.
This
PPR
is not.
scoring with the tight end premiums. And this is quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends.
Yep. All right, let's get started. We got Joe Burrow right off the bat. Is he back completely? I think
I
since
hope
everything's
I hope so.
like starting to click now, I think he is going to be putting up good numbers for the rest of the season. Obviously, there'll be some um, games where he doesn't, but he had 392 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Threw a pick, but I mean, still 30 completions.
I love it.
Hard to say that it wasn't a good game for him. So,
Yep.
Kirk Cousins, who saw this
Oh
one
my.
coming? 509 yards passing?
He didn't have the most points?
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
He he did it on the night they were honoring Matt Ryan too. So he took away
Perfect.
a record that he had. He had 42 completions, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns, a pick. It's another good game. I mean, they it was a shootout. It was probably one of the most entertaining games of the year so far though, with what happened. So, at 43.36, I didn't say what Joe Burrow had, but he had more than that. So,
Okay.
next we're going to Lamar Jackson. He had 348 yards passing, four touchdowns, no interceptions. That's good for him. He had 55 yards on the ground, and they threw the ball quite a lot more than I anticipated, but he did connect on over half of them. So He had 43.36 as well. All right, we're going to the running back position. Tank Bigsby. Sorry, Dad, but it looks like Travis Etienne might be on the way out.
I don't think he's on the way out, but workload
Is it
has
going to
been
be like
limited
a
for sure.
Bijan, Tyler Algier kind of thing? Because
Yeah.
if that's the case, I don't want it. 13 carries, 101 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns. And he also had a catch for 28 yards, so he had 25.9 yards. Good game for him as a backup. DeAndre Swift, he might be back too. He's had back-to-back decent games, I believe, now. So 21 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown, 2 catches, 47 yards, and that equals 20 points, so that's good. Another, 20 carries, 87 yards, 2 catches, 27 yards receiving, and a touchdown. And that got him 19.4. So now we're going to move on to the receivers. Jamar Chase. I mean, who else is he going to throw to that will turn anything into something? So 10 catches, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 41.3 points there. Drake London. Of course, someone's got to catch however many passes Kirk Cousins threw. 12 catches, 154 yards, and a touchdown, 33.4 fantasy points. And this one, with throwing that many times, who do you think is going to be in this spot? Another Falcons receiver, Darnell Mooney. 9 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, giving him 31.5. All right, tight ends. Brock Bowers. We're going to see a lot of this because tight ends haven't been too productive in the passing game so far this year. But he got 8 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown for 29.2. Then again, it is tight end premium. We have first down, extra points, and catches. So Tucker Kraft, 4 catches, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns with 27.3 points. And George Kittle, 8 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown, making it 26.4. And that are the fantasy starts.
All right. Good numbers. I had a couple of those players on my team, so that certainly helped out. You didn't?
I didn't have anyone that had over 20 points.
You didn't have a very good week.
I had a really bad week.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to the predictions for week number 7. This is the week that Tom sets himself apart from Robbie and starts climbing up the ladder to win the crown at the end of the year.
Okay. All right, let's pull this up.
Go ahead, Robbie. Take over on this one.
All right. So the first game of the week, we have the 49ers against Seattle. They're in Seattle.
Correct.
Both teams are coming off a pretty rough loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that means
Seattle wins.
I'm going San Francisco here.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
Thursday night game at home. Seattle. We're going to see what Mike McDonald's defense really looks like now. I understand he's not the defensive coordinator, but he is a defensive-minded coach. They have to play better than they did against the Giants. San Francisco has struggled a little bit. You're right. Both teams are going to really want this game bad to come off of what they did last week, but hopefully Seattle can pull it out.
All right.
Next game.
The Jags at the Bears.
Jags, Bears. I this probably won't even be a game. I would think Chicago would handle them well. Jacksonville did come up with their first win last week, but I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. The Bears are starting to heat up, so both of our picks are the Bears. It's pretty easy for that one. Once the Jags start showing up and actually competing against and actually putting up a lot of points, then I'm sure we'll actually be picking them. But it's hard to pick with them right now. So Arizona going against Green Bay in Green Bay.
Green Bay's pretty solid. I'll take Green Bay on this one. Arizona coming off a big win. Look for Green Bay to take that one.
I'm gonna pick Arizona here though.
Oh, okay.
It's hard. I know it's hard to play against, like pick against how uh, Jordan Love has been playing and that whole entire team, but with Kyler Murray, it's hard to bet against him either with how he played last week. So you just never know when those games are gonna pop up is the problem. So
All right.
Colts at the Titans.
All right. Well,
I know who
so
I'm going for.
my reasoning behind this one, I had I swore I was going to have Tennessee in my bottom three in the rain teams this week. So once I decided that, I said, okay, I'm going to pick Tennessee because teams that I get down into my bottom three seem to be coming and winning. So once I finalized my bottom three, Tennessee wasn't in them anymore, but I'll stay with Tennessee. So we've got three difference. Either the lead is going to get wider or it's going to get narrower.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts here. I think they're gonna have a good game, so might as well give you some time to catch up to me, or get further ahead. So, all right, we got the Texans against the Patriots.
Well, if you look at their helmet logos, they're very, very, very patriotic, being red, white, and blue. Um, it's Houston. There's not even this one. This should be a no-brainer. We'll see what happens. Houston's favored
They're
by
starting
7,
Drake
but
May.
it should.
They're going to start Drake May this week.
You know what? This is the NFL. You just really don't know. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I'm going to go Houston too. You can't bet against that team right now. Tampa Bay against the Saints.
Well, Derek Carr's out.
Yep.
I like Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm. I think we're both on this one. Yep. Okay. No rhyme or reason. It's hard. No, you're okay. Cleveland against the Eagles. This one might be a little tough.
Well, it's kind of a meh game. You know, Philadelphia still has the talent to be able to do things. Cleveland has the talent to be able to do things. I got to take Philadelphia though.
Mm-hmm. It's same thing with the Jags for me with Cleveland Browns. Once they start competing, putting up a lot more points, and actually taking these higher scoring teams and playing against them and actually keeping it close, I can't put anything on them. So
You know, if Cleveland makes a quarterback change and puts Jameis Winston in, just like Joe Flacco taking over last year, they still have that same talented team.
that is true.
And I just do not
apparently
think
Nick
Deshaun
Chubb's
Watson
on his way back
has
too.
it anymore. So, all right, on to the next one.
All right, the Commanders against Baltimore.
This is a big game in my mind. I mean, it really is. Washington, like you say, at 4-1 now. Baltimore 3-2. Had a couple stumbles right off the bat. This is a really good game. I like Baltimore at home. I think they can take care of business. I think maybe they'll put a little more pressure on Jaden Daniels than he's seen so far. I think Baltimore always has that defensive scheme down, and I think Daniels may struggle a bit against Baltimore. I'll give them the edge at home.
I got to put mine on Washington. I'm going to go Washington this time. They're playing pretty damn good. It's hard to bet against them as well. But it is Baltimore. Which Baltimore are we going to get, though?
Yeah.
So, we'll see. And we got the Chargers going up against the Broncos. This is a kind of game for me. So, I don't...
You know, and it's two teams right in the middle of the road, to be quite honest. I think the Chargers are on the verge of being a really good team under Harbaugh. I think Bo Nix is going to be the guy for Denver, and I think a lot of this will these two teams will be competing for a while. I'm going to take Denver though. Again, at home, so
I don't. All this. Okay, never mind. Denver. It's Denver. It's Bo Nix. I mean, he hasn't played great. There's a couple games he played fine, but I think the
You
Chargers are
predicted
just a
them to
little bit
be in the
better.
playoffs this year.
I said maybe.
No, it was one of your wild card teams.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
okay.
pretty wild.
And they're doing well, and now you're picking against them. Okay, that's
I
no
mean, it's
problem,
the
though.
Chargers, though. It's the Chargers. Which Chargers are we going to get? Which Denver team are we going to get? That's how it is now in the NFL. You don't know. You just don't know which team is actually going to show up. So we got the Steelers against the Raiders. This one's pretty easy for me. I'm going straight to the Steelers. No.
Yeah, I am also going to. I could see this game as being one though that talk has been a little bit this week about Russell Wilson getting a little closer, and I thought that talk would be buried with the way that Justin Fields has started. But just the thought of all that stuff, I mean, here's the reason if the Raiders come away with a win to maybe try to slide him into the lineup. Tomlin has been so just non-committal on what everybody's position is, and if the Vegas Raiders can win this game, I think maybe they make a little change just to see what Russ can do. I got Pittsburgh winning this one though too.
All right, Detroit Lions versus the Cowboys. Could be a decent game.
It really could. Detroit came off a great game against that was Seattle. They played last game they played, right?
Jared Goff. You just mentioned before the game $51 million.
I did.
He showed why. 18 of 18.
The problem though, if Dallas somehow would win, I mean Dallas is 4-2 and Detroit's 4-2. I picked Detroit. Anytime it's going to be close, I like to pick against Dallas anyway. Obviously, if I think they're going to win, I would pick them. But I think Jameson Williams is going to be the difference in this game.
For me, it's the run game. Dallas doesn't have the greatest run game, and I think the Lions will definitely use other players in the run game. I haven't seen any receiver for Dallas on a run. But Amon-Ra can run for 20 yards. Jameson Williams can take an end around to the house from anywhere on the field. So it's the Lions for me as well. All right, the Falcons against the Carolina Panthers. This is a test, Bijan. This is a test.
Yeah. No, this is Atlanta's all the way. Again, the way the NFL has been, somehow it could happen. I don't see it happening. The way Atlanta played in their last game as well, and I don't see it, Atlanta.
Yeah. Yep. Just a better team all around, I think. So. All right, the Bengals and the Giants. This one's pretty easy for me. I'm going the Bengals.
Yeah, it's Bengals in my mind as well. Their record is discouraging at 1-4. I don't think they're out of it yet. I really don't. Burrow's starting to heat up. The Giants just kind of keep hanging around though, and that's the Seahawks game I didn't get to watch, but I tuned in late and thought, man, they're playing like crap. Well, they got a chance to tie it and take it to overtime, and then that happened. All Bengals here, though.
The Bills against the Jets.
All right. This is interesting. This is an interesting game at least.
It's pretty easy to know my pick. I got to go straight to the Bills.
I got Buffalo as well. All the stuff going on with the Jets, with Saleh getting fired, and now the defensive coordinator kind of taking in the leadership role. Where are the players with all these things? That's kind of the thing. Obviously all the attention is on Aaron Rodgers for all of this. Oh, he had him fired. He did this. He did that. He's got a lot of say in what's going on for sure. But I just don't know. They need an offensive line to protect the guy to start with. He's thrown more interceptions this year.
This is a kind of a rematch of what happened last year, too. So this is going to be his revenge game, I would assume.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So that's true.
We'll see how Rodgers plays.
Without those offensive linemen, they can't. Their running game's not going. They're not, fluid in their passing. I don't know. Again, NFL.
Another one.
This could be something that all of a sudden, because if they win, they're tied at 3-3 for the division lead. That's how how the division is right now. So anyway, I've got Buffalo on that one too.
So this is what we agreed on, right down the middle with those teams, and then the different picks we got. So
all right.
You have a chance to take 5 games back.
Well, yeah, we got 5, so if I win 3 of them, I can get 1 anyway. We'll see.
You'll be down 1.
Well, I'll still be down. Well, yeah, if I
get
win
5
all
of
5,
these, yeah.
But yeah, no. All right, so 2 more things to take care of. The next one is the rain and shine games for the week. Again, the rain game, the game that you go, whatever. And then we'll have our parlay bet for the week, which I'm 0 for 5 and
Over
Robbie's
4.
4 and 1. So
No, it's 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
We
okay.
only did it for
okay.
the 5. For the 5
so I'm only 0 and 4 then. All right, that's better than 0 and 5. All right,
is it better?
I think so. I got a good one this week, but I thought I had a good one last week too. In fact, I'm betting against the same team. In the parlay. So my rain game for the week is the Indianapolis Colts at Tennessee. You see one more meh than that one?
With how these teams are playing right now, the Chargers and Denver,
All right. So we have 2 different rain games. How about the shine game? I got the Redskins and the Baltimore Ravens.
Last time I checked, they were the Commanders.
What did I say? The Redskins?
You said the Redskins, yeah.
Oh, my. I haven't said
what
that in a while.
That's what
Whoa.
I have.
Hey, well, there's a big push from the Native Nation wanting to bring the name back.
Because it honored one of their chiefs.
Yes,
so.
The Commanders. I could have said the Washington football team.
We
all right.
Go back to that.
And now
Baltimore and Washington for me as well.
All right, that's the shine team for you as well. Game for you as well. All right, so we go on to our final thing, the parlay. Again, any advice you take from us on betting, as you can tell, I am 0 and 4, so maybe go place the bet opposite of what I do, and then go ahead and keep Robbie's, and maybe you'll catch a win here. All right, so New York Giants last week thwarted my parlay bet. So what do? Cincinnati's headed against the Giants this week. It's at New York. Cincinnati's favored by 3.5. I'm going to take the Bengals and give the 3.5 against the Giants.
And I'm going to keep my good stuff going with over and unders. I'm going to take Buffalo and the Jets over 41.5.
41.5. That's probably not a bad bet, actually.
With Josh Allen being a little hurt, but also needs to prove what happened last week was kind of a fluke. They might put 30 by themselves. So.
And possibly the Jets could actually show something as well. Just have a little bit of spark from something. So, All right. Well, we hope you have a great weekend of football. Starts off with Thursday night's game tomorrow. Seattle at home against the 49ers. So we'll get a big piece of rivalry right off the bat. Hopefully the Seahawks can take care of business then. And hope everybody, like I said, has a great weekend and be safe. Enjoy the weather. Doesn't look like any rain for a while. So for Robbie and from me, have a good one and go Hawks!
Yeah.